A good night of Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshat Toldot. Twins are born. It's time to give them a bracha. Yaakov Avinu tells Esav that he wants him to go to bring him food, and then he's going to give him a bracha. 6 times in the Parshat mentions the word Matamim. Delicacies. When a word is repeated 6 times in the Torah, that means it's a motif. It's an important word that really stands out in the entire Parsha, the entire section. You have to wonder why Matamim. He keeps making this to Esav and telling him to go get Matamim, make a Matamim, bring Matamim. After he eats some Matamim, then he'll give him a bracha. Finally, this little switch goes on. Yitzchak, Yaakov, dresses up like Esav, while Esav is out doing what he has to do to get ready for his father. And he comes in, and his father says to him, "Come here." The Torah says in Pasuk Chav Zayin, he says, "Vayishaklo." He brings him close and he kisses him. Vayorach es Reiach begodav. He smells the smell of his clothing. Vayorachseyu. And he blesses him. And he says, "Vayom rei Reiach b'ni." See the smell of my son. Ki Reiach Sada is like the smell of a field, a sheberach Hashem, that God has blessed him. Vayitel l'chai elokim. Then he gives him the bracha. So a few problems here that he smells him, and then he says, "Rei Reiach b'ni," the smell of my son. It's not the smell of my son; it's the smell of his coat. It's the smell of his clothes. What does it mean, Rei Reiach b'ni? See the smell of my son. And also, this was all about giving him a bracha. It says, "Vayorach es Reiach begodav." He smelled his clothing. Vayivorcheyu, and he blessed him. And then he says that, see, the smell of my son is like a field that God has blessed. And then he gives him a bracha. What do we have to? It's that segue in there. What's that little synapse that, see, the smell of my son? It's like the smell of a field that God blessed. There seems to be like a break in the middle. And then what did he bless him with? God should give you from the dew of the heavens. What's that little thing in there? And he said that the smell of my son, what's that doing there? So I think it's critical to understand. And this is something that everybody wonders. What was with Yitzchak? How come Yitzchak loved Esav so much and he gave so much attention to Esav? So understand that Yitzchak knew exactly who his kid was. He didn't hate his other kid. He understood that he was an Ishtam Yoshev Olim. He was self-sufficient. He had God on his side. He had everything he needed. He was doing perfect. He wasn't fooled by Esav. He didn't think that Esav was a big tzaddik. But what he was trying to do is he was trying to inspire Esav. And everything that he tried to do, all the attention that he gave him, all the wanting and desiring for him, he was trying to change him. He was trying to inspire him to do teshuva. Sometimes a person like that needs visuals. Can't just do teshuva. He's got to be given some kind of paradigm and some kind of very soft message. Take your life and improve it, lift it up. So he kept talking to him about Matamim. Because Matamim is taking raw bloody meat and transforming it into something delicious. And he was saying to him, why can't you do this with your life? Why can't you take this bloody mess of your life and turn it into something, do something with it? And it was mentioned so many times in the Parshat because this was a tool in which he was trying to teach Esav. But the one thing that Yitzchak didn't realize was that Esav was missing something that made it impossible for him to be able to make those changes and to hear those messages, because he was missing Reiach, he was missing a smell, he was missing primus. The Reiach of a person is something that only the neshama is able to benefit from. Smell is a direct way into the neshama. And Esav was missing that. Yitzchak smells Yaakov, and he smells his clothes, he smells him, he smells his primus. And that's why he smells the smell of Gan Eden. And that declaration That statement, V'yomer Reiach, when you see the smell of my son is like the Reiach, Sada Asher Beiracho Hashem, that was part of the bracha itself. Because when he smelt his primus, he said, hold on to your primus, protect your primus, protect your inside. Protect who you really are. Protect that soul of yours, that spirituality of yours, that essential you. Don't let that go. You know, it's amazing that the Nachash, the snake, that's exactly what he tried to destroy, was the primus of Adam. Because the sin of the tree contained 4 of the 5 senses: sight, taste, touch, sound. But there was nothing in it about smell. Because the Nachash, no matter what he could do, he couldn't touch the primus. He could touch the eyes, he could touch the ears, he could touch the nose. He could touch the touch. And he could sully all of that. But he couldn't get to the primus. He couldn't get to the very essence. Yosef gets sent down to Mitzrayim after he was in the pit, gets sold for shoes, and he ends up inside of a carriage bag. And the bag smells sweet. Usually these bags carry kerosene in them. So people explain that the reason why it smells sweet is this is part of God's chesed to him. That at least when he was going down, he was naked, he was bereft of everything. He had just gone through a trauma. That at least it shouldn't smell bad. I think there's another reason. I think there was a message that God was sending to Yosef, and the message that he was sending is that protect your primus under all circumstances. Make sure you continue to smell beautifully. Because only that, holding on to your primus, holding on to your inside, only that's going to protect you and protect the Jewish nation inside of Mitzrayim. In the temple, we offered ketoris every single day, an essential part of the service in the temple. And the ketoris was made of sweet-smelling things and a rotten thing or two. And there was a message in that also. That even the rotten things, even the things that represent things that are far from Hashem, they also have a sweet smell. They can be given a sweet smell. Because they also have some primus. Reiach nichayach, it's described. Sweet smell. Because the sweet smell is the smell of primus. On Motzei Shabbos, when we say goodbye to Shabbos, we smell. Because we try to touch that primus. And to give that primus a little bit of chizuk, a little bit of strength. That it shouldn't feel bereft of losing its Shabbos. That's why a dead person smells so much. Because there's no primus. And the Navi Yecheskel tells us that in the future Gula is going to come because of the schus of the Ketoris, the merit of the Ketoris. When everybody has a primus and everybody connects to their primus, doesn't live on the outside in the chitzonius, but lives at the primus, lives on the inside. That's when we can rely on Geula. And Yemaisa Mashiach, Melech HaMashiach is going to be able to smell our primus, our inside, and understand who we really are. And that's our job. Our job is to live life on the primus, to live life on the inside. Seeing the primus, connecting to the primus, recognizing that we have a primus, that we have an essential part of us, an essential us, an internal piece, an eternal piece. And that's what's really critical. I learned with my boys in yeshiva We're spending a lot of time in this concept of primus and chitzonius, of external things and internal things. The world of Esav is a world of chitzonius. It's a world of externals, of outside. And that's why it's a world of trickery and deceit, because it's all external. It's all there. It's all just the looks, the veneer. It's yodayim. It's hands. It's stuff. It's things. But the world of Yaakov, the world of the Jew, it's the world of primus. Hakol kol Yaakov. It's the voice. It's the sound. It's the internal strivings. It's reality. And our challenge is to see the depth of our lives, the depth of our purpose, the depth of our existence, the depths of who we are and what we're experiencing and what we're going through, what we're living through, what we're living for. Our job is to smell well. Our job is to be able to develop that primus, that inside. Tonight we had an opportunity. Our yeshiva went to a concert, a Joey Newcomb concert, with just 2 yeshivas got together. And it was unbelievable to watch. I was watching my toughest chitzonius guys, outsiders, tough veneers. None of this is going to move me. Singing with their eyes closed. Achenu kol beis Yisrael. Shabbos is coming. Heilige Shabbos is coming. And the chitzonius turned to primus. It melted away. And it turned to the most beautiful primus. And that's our job. Our job is to tap into that. Stop looking at the surface. Stop living on the surface. And see the primus. See the inside. See the reality. See what we really smell like. Because when you smell us, you can smell the smell of Gan Eden. You can smell the smell of eternity. And just like Yitzchak gave the bracha to Yaakov, Yitzchak gives us that bracha. Every time we read these psukim. Vayorach es Reiach begodav, he smelled the beautiful primus, that beautiful inside of the Jew. Vayivarcheyu, and he blessed him. Vayomer re'ei Reiach b'ni k'Reiach soda asher beirachei Hashem. Hold on to that primus, baby. Don't let that go. Aviyitin l'cha Elokim. May you have God, the ultimate primus. May you have that in your center core. Because if you've got that, you've got everything you need to be able to enjoy, to benefit from, and to grow from the incredible brachas that God gives us. Have a beautiful, incredible Shabbos. Shabbos, everyone.